Fresh out of the car wash, this is your 2021 Nissan Rogue. Yes, I had it for the first drive a few weeks ago, but this is my first full week with the car. So just additional things that I've noticed along the way. So Quirks, Perks, and Irks. This is the top trim Platinum, but every single Rogue gets your LED headlights, LED turn signals, and LED day runners. Cool thing, and I've always liked this since I saw the vehicle in the first place. I love how it bounces between an LED and a turn signal. And as a comparison note, that's what it looks like when it's a straight day runner. And then you can see here with the orange for the turn signal, it just looks really, really sharp. Platinum trim does get the LED fog lights, and I'm not really a big fan of fog lights. I think Nissan could have gone without them, but the V-Motion grille absolutely makes up for it. It's not menacing, but it's a nice, strong, bold, aggressive presence up front with the redesigned Rogue. Back to where we started from, there's a front quarter look. I like it. It's a little more sculpted. It's a little more boxy, and the design lines are very nicely executed. Nice big wheel arches there. The rim's not too bad. 5-spoke at its core, but there's some extra little design and cutaway pieces I'm not really a big fan of, but that's okay. Part of your 360 cam, there's 25% of it. LED in your turn signals. What I really like, and I had a really positive experience with, is not only unlocking the door from here, but all 4 door handles you can lock and unlock. So if I was putting groceries back here or whatever, I didn't have to go around to the front of the car, especially if I was on the passenger side rear, instead of walking all the way around here and unlocking it, then going all the way around back or whatever it is. I love that Nissan put all 4 door handles as lockable / unlockable. I didn't really notice that a lot this week. It's a cool little design piece. It's reflective. It's chrome. I don't know if it does anything for the vehicle. Personally speaking, back to the rear, I guess. This, it's irrational. I told my Nissan PR girl this, and I laughed as I said it because I thought I was being petty, and I'm still being petty about it, and I don't care. Everything else is so beautiful as far as the lights go, inside and out. And to me, this just, it makes it an A instead of an A+. Just, nah. Anyways, making up for it is this beautiful LED boomerang taillight shape. Looks really, really sharp. I like that Rogue is across the middle as opposed to being tucked on one of the sides. Again, Platinum all-wheel drive, as you can see, chrome bumper, and a pretty good look overall for the rear. Again, very tall, very squared off, not quite 90-degree angles like the Volvos of the 80s, but it still looks, oops, look at me pushing for the wrong thing, pulling for the wrong thing, but still a good look. So door handle, or sorry, unlocker is right there. And here's your divide and hide. This is the real winner for me. I'm sad that only the Platinum trim gets it. What I love about the new divide and hide cargo system is right now you can take it out completely, no issues. You can see that. But they have these little sliding lockers, so you do that and do that. And now if I want to take this down to the lowest level, I'm just going to pull up and slide, and you can see there's that little rail there where the peg slides through. And now it's here, and basically it makes it easier. It makes it possible for you to do with one hand. And if you want to just take it out, just undo the sliders. You set it up like that. There's a bunch of different ways you can do it, and I love that Nissan has kept it, albeit on one of the trims, one better than none. You have, and this is really cool for me, you have the chance to not only close the trunk, but you have a chance to lock it. So I know, all you gotta do is reach in your pocket and push a button once, but every little bit helps, right? And I think Nissan feels the same way. Quick spin through the rear seats of the 2021 Rogue. Platinum trim does get the manual sunshades. Almost slipped on that word, sunshades. Don't waste your money on tinting this because you have this. Rear seats, very, very comfortable. Diamond pattern is actually here as well as the front. So nice level of consistency there. Platinum trim does get the tri-zone climate control, so rear passengers, front passenger, and driver, as well as 3-stage heated seats for your outboard passengers. And connectivity is very, very important. Almost stumbled on my words there. Actually, I think I did. 2 USB ports back here. So rear seats, pretty nice, and the hump in the middle is low, so you can actually fit 3 people relatively comfortably, more so than if the hump was higher and you had that weird thing where does your middle passenger put his leg or feet because it gets in the way. Anyways, that's nothing to talk about here because, well, Nissan doesn't have any issues back there. Another quick perk, storage in here, very functional. Lots of storage in there. I like how the brown goes on the top and black on the bottom. It's a nice accent piece, and it kind of it actually does follow the same design lines all the way throughout. the top of the dashboard. So really nice there. Zero gravity seats. I think I said zero twice. Zero gravity seats. So comfortable. Side bolster is great. Thigh bolster is great. And just the look of it is very premium and upscale. With that diamond pattern here, and it's just such a really nice, elegant look. Really good move for Nissan to do that. Let's jump in. The top trim has the 12.3-inch digital dashboard. Let's get the car started. Start stop button is just on top of your wireless charger. Take a look. Cool graphics to start it up. And here's a perk. As soon as it kicks in, I will show you any second now. Maybe. Anyways, as I wait for it to kick in, I love the look of the dashboard, and I love, there it is, sorry, the low fuel. Because most vehicles have the low fuel in red, or at least some of them do, I like that Nissan, because the rest of their dashboard is red and gray, they put the low fuel not there, but there in orange, so it really stands out as opposed to it being in red and possibly mist. So really nice move there. To clear that, you just hit OK. I said you hit OK. There we go. I like that you can change the look of the, they call it the meter view, and it's called the dashboard. So I'm going to change it to that. I don't mind it. A lot more information as opposed to dials. I personally prefer this one. I like just the old school, 2 big dials and a little bit of information in the middle. That's just my 2 cents on that. Overall, really easy to pull information out of, and I would go top jam with the Platinum if I was looking at a 2021 Nissan Rogue. Just to me, the benefits far outweigh what I would be missing out on had I gone for the SV trim. There is your heads-up display. Right now I'm not going anywhere because, well, it says 0 kilometers per hour. Really big, really easy to read, and very well executed by Nissan, and very little glare from the lens kind of shooting up, reflecting against the dashboard, or the windshield, sorry. So it's very well engineered, minimal interference as far as your straight line of sight goes. And that's my sign for straight line of sight. Yep, that's correct. No. Large, beautiful, easy to use infotainment system. I like how Nissan's just kind of put it raised up a little bit, but not so high up that it kind of gets in the way of your line of sight. There's my line of sight sign again. And there's very little lag. It's pretty reflective because you can see my hand. Let me get my hand out of there. There's a better look at it. Quirk, little angled off thing here as opposed to it being a straight rectangle. So pretty nice. Hard touch buttons to complement the touch screen. Wireless charging on the top trim, interior accent lighting on the top trim as well, and a couple of USBs. So in theory, all 5 passengers can have their phones charged at the same time between the wireless charging, 2 up here, and the 2 USB ports back behind me. So pretty nice move there. HVAC, another perk here. Everything is really, really big, easy to see. And you can actually control the temperature in the rear with these 2, and your dials will control what's happening up front. Another perk for me, they've really dropped this down. It's no longer a big lever. It's just this nice square-shaped thing, and it's shift by wire, which means there's no big shift lever here, and it's so easy to use, and it frees up a lot of space for cup holders and just this nice elegant design. I'm happy it's not piano black. Thank you for not making it piano black. There still is piano black here, and that's a bit of an irk. Like you can just see me pushing my finger across it. Like there's the fingerprints. It's anyways. Pro Pilot Assist, very cool on the top trim Platinum, and I believe the SV as well. But overall, the look and feel in here, as I mentioned in my first drive video, really nice, really upscale. And the last thing I wanted to touch on before we get this thing on the road is just the usable storage underneath the gear lever. So there's that. I'm going to slide down. Yeah, and there's a lot of it, and it not only is pretty deep, but it's pretty long as well. I don't know if you can fit a purse in there. I don't have a purse, but you can fit definitely a few things in there. And because the edges are raised up a little bit, there's no fear of them falling out into the footwells. So really nice move there. And the last perk on the inside for me is the butterfly opening for the center console. So there's some stuff of mine which will be coming home with me, but really nice move there. And last perk, I promise, is the massive panoramic sunroof, and this also comes on the SV. Here's the very practical part of the review. Key fob, holding down the unlock button, and up the liftgate goes. So I bought a new kitchen table and new kitchen chairs. Leon's taking a page out of IKEA's book and flat packing it. Makes it easy to transport. So put the seats down, and there's still a little bit of space right there. You can't put the seats up with this specific furniture that I have, but if you wanted to put more stuff or whatever it is between the front seats and the end of the boxes, you can. So good job, Nissan Rogue, on helping me with my new kitchen table and chairs. Let's do a quick drive in the 2021 all-new Nissan Rogue. A few weeks ago, I had the first drive experience where I covered most of it, but this time I've had it for a full week, so I'll try not to duplicate anything I said initially, and I'll give you more of the longer-term driving impressions. So 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine and 181 horse and an even 181 pound-feet of torque, all through a CVT. I recall it on the first drive performing well, but most of my drives were up in the country, about an hour north of Mississauga. But as far as city driving goes and kind of just running around all over the place, the Rogue does very well. There's a smooth power delivery, and it's not jerky, and I think the CVT has a lot to do with that. But over and above that, the car is just engineered very well so that driver comfort is first and foremost. So I've been stuck in traffic at times, and other times this week I've been on the highway, mostly on city streets, but I haven't noticed any driver fatigue. And to me, that's a good indication of just how well the ergonomics are and how comfortable the seats are. And Nissan zero gravity seats are one of the best in the industry. And just kind of pairing that together with a very serene cabin where everything's well laid out, it's new, but it still has not an old school feel to it, but just as far as blending a state-of-the-art touchscreen up here with hard touch buttons. And, you know, the flat bottom steering wheel is one of the new touches, but there's still elements of what makes a car in here. So to me, it's a good balance of both and well blended by Nissan. I've done exactly 499 kilometers. My average is 9.9. A lot of that is the city driving and the stop and go. I'd say I've done about 80% city driving this week. It was one of those weeks where the only place I really went on the highway was to go to Leon's to get my new kitchen table, and that was about half an hour away on the highway. So that's why it's a lot higher. Now, fuel economy ratings per Nissan Canada and the Government of Canada is 9.2 in the city, 7.2 on the highway, and a blended total of 8.3. So I'm a full 1.6 liters per 100 kilometers higher than that. But you know, if I have this car next week and I don't have a lot of city driving planned, I could easily see that number coming down to 7, maybe 7.5. So it depends on how you're driving, what you're driving. I think also carting around that heavy kitchen table had an impact on fuel economy as well. All trims get a ton of safety features. Platinum gets a little more, including the 360 cam. But regardless of what trim you go with for the Rogue, if you decide to move forward with one, the list of standard safety is very long. And I'm going to say it in every video because, well, it has to be said. I'm happy that more manufacturers are putting more standard safety features in their vehicles. It doesn't just protect me as the driver. It helps protect other drivers like that guy, and it helps pedestrians, and it helps cyclists. Anyone who's on the road or near the road or crossing the road benefits from having more standard safety features. That's going to wrap it up for the 2021 Nissan Rogue. If you've got any questions, let me know in the comments, and I'll do my best to get you answers as soon as possible. I will also put a link in the description to my first drive video of the Rogue, where I think almost everything was addressed on a very short-term basis, but all the key elements were addressed there. Thank you for watching. I appreciate the support. Feel free to subscribe or tell somebody that you like. Maybe even someone you kind of like, maybe not fully like. Anyways, feel free to tell somebody about this channel if you think they would enjoy seeing this lovely face, I say sarcastically, or watching reviews on new vehicles. Be well, be healthy, be safe, and I'll be back sooner than later with my next review.